What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Love After Lockup Season 4, Episode 9. What's love got to do with it? If you guys are watching this video, why are you guys taking me out on this date? Do me that favor and stop taking me out on this date. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications, and you guys, with that out the way, without further ado, let's discuss Love After Lockup, shall we? Alright, you guys, so this was a okay episode. It felt a little fillerish, but other than that, I enjoyed it. I just watched it this morning. I didn't watch it last night because what I watched last night was Rated to Love. That review, you guys will see that either later tonight or tomorrow morning. But let's start up with Taylor and Chance, because they had the shortest scene in this episode, so we'll start up with them. So Taylor and Chance, you guys remember in last week's episode that Taylor went to the hospital. You know, she was having those pains in her side, right? You remember we found out her and Chance had been having rough sex. I also thought, I saw people leave comments, and I was like, you know what? That makes good sense too, right? What if what if Chance was going back door to the front door? Because that is bacteria. Especially if you ain't cleaned yourself back there. That is bacteria going backwards and forwards. So, yeah. So she tells Chance that Bobby is coming home, right? So then he's like, well, with Bobby coming home, that's an opportunity for me to apologize to her face to face. Bro, you been owed Bobby that apology. So Bobby came home, right? Taylor was talking to Bobby, telling her how she felt, with her being gone. And she's just happy to have her back, right? I'm like, I bet you are happy to have her back so she can watch them girls, right? Wow, this water is still cold from yesterday. So Taylor at one point eventually left because Chance kept saying that he wanted to talk to Bobby, right? And Taylor didn't feel like it was a good idea, but eventually she left, right? So Bobby and Chance went outside. They had a conversation. He was very apologetic to her. And if you guys hear an airplane, I'm over here by my old apartment. So remember, guys, there's an airport right across the street. So if you guys hear that, them planes flying over, pay no attention. But with Bobby, I like the fact that Bobby told, Chance in no uncertain terms that, brother man, I got my good eyes on you. So then he tells her, he wants to ask her permission to basically, ask for Taylor's hand in marriage. I'm so glad that she said, she feels like it's too soon, because it is too soon. And it's too soon, especially with the fact that Taylor has 3 girls, right? You just met this man. Now, granted, he's talking about they've been dating, they've been talking to each other since, for about a year now. But you guys knew each other through prison, not in the outside world. And even Bobby said, when you come out, I see a side of you where you're controlling. And I'm like, girl, he was like that before. You didn't know it. Because, we remember Taylor told us that, whenever he would call and she didn't answer the phone, he would continuously call back. That is harassment, sir. That is harassment. But okay. But yeah, she says she's okay with it. But the first time that she sees something going wrong, she's stepping in. I'm like, girl, you need to step in now. But hey, if you like it, I love it. But you guys, we're done with Taylor and Chance. We're gonna pause here and we're gonna move forward. All right, you guys. Next up, let's talk about Rick and Raydean real quick. So we see Rick and Raydean. They went out shopping, and Raydean had a jacket on, right? Then I realized they were shopping for like a biker jacket, right? And I think the jacket she picked up was like $600 or $700, and he was like, "Oh, whoa, dog, that's a little bit hefty right there, right? We still gotta eat." I'm like, wow, how much money do you have that you can't? I ain't counting nobody's pockets, because I've been in situations where I have to be like, ooh, do I want this? Do I want that? What's more important? I've been in that situation, right? I've been in that situation, so I'm not judging anybody. But why take her to the damn store in the first place to buy the jacket? If you knew you didn't have the funds, you should have said, okay, let's go find something affordable. Hell, why not go to a thrift store? I'm just saying. I've done thrift store shopping, and honestly, I love thrift store shopping, because you can find some really nice things in a thrift store. So don't turn your nose down to a thrift store. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, but when he said we gotta eat, I'm like, where y'all gonna eat? Like, he was talking about. I know the jacket was like I said about $600 or $700, right? But brother man, were y'all going to like a gourmet restaurant or something? I'm just asking the questions. I'm just asking questions. Lord, your ass is big. Sorry, you guys. I was looking at my window and I just happened to see a big booty walk by. Sorry, but so then they go to wherever they went to, right? And he brought up Kay. I was like, oh my God. If you feel so strongly about Kay, why are you still with Raydean is what I'm trying to figure out. Is like, he feels so strongly about Kay, but I'm just kind of confused as to why they're still together. And she Jedi, excuse me, I didn't mean to burp in your face. And she Jedi mind tricked the hell out of his ass, right? She told him basically stop worrying about Kay, which I agree with her in that aspect. Like, stop worrying about Kay. Stop worrying about Kay. If I'm with you right now, even though we all know that she and Kay are married, that's a good. I mean, she is conning the shit out of him. Obviously, I feel like Raydean is conning him for money. I just really feel like that's what it is. But the fact that she hit him with the Jedi mind trick, I was like, wow. She really just, I mean, he had a valid point, but then she just flipped the situation. I was like, damn, now that was a good one. That was a good one, right? So then we see them and they're at his place, right? They're in a garage, and then her dad called. Actually, before her dad called, he was talking to her about coming to stay with him. Now, this is the one thing that I don't agree with him on, right? You keep asking her to come stay with you, and my thing, I get, and somebody put this in the comments that her dad is also a recovering addict, right? But I think she just feels more comfortable being with her family, right? Because I think her family would know the signs if she is, backsliding back into doing the drugs, so her family can hold her accountable. Whereas Rick doesn't really know the girl that well, so if she does regress back, he can't really. I don't know if he would necessarily know the signs to say, "Oh my God, Raydean, I think I think you are slip sliding back into doing the drugs." And I think that's one of the reasons why she wants to be with her family. And also, like I said, I know her dad is struggling, so maybe she can help her be there to be a support system for her dad. But Rick, in this instance, is being very selfish, and I'm just not really here for it, so to speak. I'm not here for it. So then her dad did call, right? And so she took it outside, and she's like, Dad, hey, call me back in about an hour because I'm dealing with Rick right now. And basically, Rick is working her damn nerves, right? So then when she goes back in, now, Rick, this was hella disrespectful when you asked her, was it her pet convict calling? Like, how would you feel if your roommate Ramona had called her your pet convict, right? This is a beautiful. I'm seeing so many challengers come through here. Oh my God, I really want me a challenger so badly. That is what I'm trying to save up the money so I can put down the down payment for me a challenger this summer for my birthday. That is my goal. Will I hit it? Maybe. We shall see. But yeah. Sorry, you guys. Y'all know I get sidetracked when I do videos in the car. Y'all know I get sidetracked, but y'all love me anyways. I just didn't agree with him calling that woman a pet convict. That was disrespectful. Like, that was hella disrespectful, and I'm glad she stood up for Raydean. I mean, for Kay in that instance, because I just thought that was insulting and disrespectful as hell, right? I can't wait for Rick to find out that is her wife, and he gonna have egg on his face. So then we see Raydean, and she left. She got tired of his shit, right? So she was talking. She went on the front porch. She was smoking, right? So then his roommate Ramona comes out there, right? Now Ramona had me for a minute when Ramona said, I get why you want to stay with your family. It's easier, right? But then she goes into this whole defending Rick, right? And even Rick in his one scene talking about, so can I say that, I'm in a relationship with you on Facebook? Dude, Facebook, you too damn old. You are too old. Like, I always see people who do that stuff in a relationship with someone on Facebook. I'm like, wow. And sometimes when I see people do that, and no shade to anybody, if you guys do it, it's no shade to you guys. I would just wonder, when people say I'm in a relationship with someone on Facebook, it always gives me the vibe that either, how do I say this in the nicest way? I don't think it's a nice way for me to say it, but when I always see people say in a relationship with so and so on Facebook and stuff like that, now I don't get on Facebook anymore, so I don't see it a lot. Like I do now, I do have friends who say, I do have friends that have their spouses on there, like I'm married to so and so, right, or I'm engaged to so and so, but in a relationship with so and so, I always feel like it's a it's when people brag and boast about their relationship on social media, I always think that there's something to it, like the relationship ain't as perfect as they want to put on Facebook. I think that they just be professing to, they just be putting on airs basically, right? And that's how I feel. I could be wrong, but most of my friends who I know who do it, I'm like, you just putting on airs, because I mean, you go from relationship to relationship. So what's the significance of it, right? I mean, I don't get the significance of being Facebook official. I don't, again, like I said, I don't use Facebook, so I don't really care one way or the other about Facebook. But hey, it is what it is. All right, you guys, so we're going to pause here and we're going to move forward. All right, you guys, next up, let's discuss Kayla and Martel. So we pick up where we left off last time with Kayla and Martel. You guys remember that Kayla and Martel, she was late picking them up from the halfway house, right? He was pissed off about that, and rightfully so. I would be pissed off too if you had me waiting an hour, right? That is my biggest pet peeve. Oh, that is my biggest pet peeve. I do not like being late somewhere or someone making me late. Those two things annoy me to no avail. I don't like being late. I don't like being late. Like if you tell me to be somewhere by 10:30, I'm going to be there at least. I'm gonna be up early, getting ready, and I'm gonna be at the house no later than 10:15, depending on how far I gotta go and depending on the traffic, right? If it's like 5 minutes down the road or something like that, especially if it's in my hometown, I'm leaving out the house by 10:15, and I'll get there by 10:20, and I'll just sit in the parking lot for 5 minutes and then go in at 10:25 and be early, right? I don't like being late. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I seriously don't like it. But so yeah, I agree with him in that instance about her being late. So she's still pissed off, right? And she's pissed off because Martel didn't ask her what she wanted to do, right? And I was like, I'm trying to see who's now with this one. I can't say I'm on either one of their sides, right? Because honestly, both of them are giving selfish, right? Kayla didn't ask him what he wanted to do. Neither did she. So y'all are both kind of in the wrong, but I guess he's more in the wrong because she's the one with the car. I guess. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I could not pick a side in that situation, right? So next, let's continue to talk about that, right? So he went in the barbershop, what did he get cut? Because Martel is bald. And I'm bald too. So, I mean, when I go to if I go to the barbershop, only thing I go to the barbershop for is literally this. But I do have hair on my head. I do have hair. So sometimes I'll ask them to shave my head. But 9 times out of 10, if I go to the barbershop, it's just to get my beard, my mustache trimmed and my beard cut off. But, yeah. But he did that. He came back outside. Kayla gave him the silent treatment. And I was like, okay. After that, the silent treatment went out the window because Kayla started going off on Martel. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I could put up with that. And I'm still trying to figure out why is Martel driving the car when he has no driver's license. But hey, whatever. They love to let these ex-convicts drive their cars right out of jail. Okay, so where we at now? Now, they got to the point where he got so frustrated with her, he pulled over to the gas station, right? She told him to get out of her car. He said no. I was like, oh, no. I'm telling you to get out of my car, and you telling me no? I pay this car note. I pay the insurance. Absolutely not. So then she really lost me when she woke up the next morning in the hotel. He said at the house, I don't give a damn if he is on home confinement. Baby, they'll be able to find him at that hotel. No. She stayed at a hotel. It would not have been me. Let me tell you that. It wouldn't have been me. But hey, she went home. You're rude, sir or ma'am. Yes, you. I hate birds. They're rude. It's a bird right here. And but yeah, it wouldn't have been me. But she went home. She apologized to him. She had to pull that apology out of him. Wouldn't have been me. But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. Next up, let's talk about Chaz and Branwyn. So Chaz and Branwyn. They're gonna go meet her daughter. Her daughter's name is Arian, I believe. She's 19 years old, right? And her daughter works at a strip club, and coincidentally, I believe it's the same strip club. Now, she said that she worked at this strip club for 22 years, but you're 40 years old. She said she worked there for 22 years. Branwyn is in her 40s, but you were in jail for 11 years. Ma'am, the math, to me, maybe my math is off, because it ain't really mathing. How did you work there for 22 years? You ain't been in your daughter's life for 11 years. You were in jail for 11 years. Girl, where did the 22 years come in? Is it like a thing? I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny, you guys. I'm asking a serious question. Like, is it like, you can stop working at the strip club for X amount of time, and then if you say, hey, I want to go back to the strip club, I can just easily go back to, and I'm asking a genuine question. I'm not being funny. I know that might seem like I'm joking, but I'm really asking a genuine question. Like, how does that work? Like, if a stripper, can a stripper, I know they can quit, but like, can they just say, hey, go back to the strip club and like, hey, I worked here 5 years ago. Can I come back? Like, I'm wondering that question. Because I'm just trying to figure out where she come up with that 22 years. But hey, it is what it is, right? So like I said, her daughter's 19. They haven't saw each other. They haven't been in each other's life for almost 2 years at this point, right? Well, they haven't been. It's been almost 2 years since they were together, right? So Branwyn said that when she worked in the strip club, on her best day, she made $3,000. I'm like, damn, am I in the wrong fucking profession? Am I in the wrong profession? I just be thinking about that, right? I be looking at my feet sometimes. My feet are ugly because I be like, I should do foot porn. I think I might do some foot porn. I might do some foot porn because people pay for that. I mean, I see some of the money for porn, so don't ask me how I saw it. I mean, you guys could ask me how I know. You guys could ask me how I know, and I'll tell you in the DMs, not on the channel. But I have no problem telling you guys how I know certain things, right? But so Branwyn is worried about her daughter working in the strip club, right? And I get why she's worried about it, because she said she didn't do drugs, right, before working there. And I guess being in that environment, it just kind of, easy access to it. I know the customers coming in with the stuff, some of the other dancers. So I get that, right? And Branwyn actually made me cry in this scene with her daughter, because when she was talking about, she just felt like a failure. I was like, oh no, Branwyn, and she just boo-hoo crying. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh, please don't do that. So Branwyn does want her daughter to come down to Kentucky. She said, I'm cool with coming to visit, but I don't necessarily know about living in Kentucky, right? And I was like, okay, that's fine. Then what else happened? So Branwyn and her daughter's father were both in jail. So her daughter was with some of her dad's family members. I was like, damn, that's real fucked up. Both of your parents were in prison. Yikes. But I feel bad for Branwyn. I do feel bad for her daughter, right? So then we see them, Branwyn, Chaz, and her daughter Arian. They went out to dinner, right? Now, mind you, before they went out, Chaz paid for Branwyn's hair to get done, right? Her hair looks nice, but it was for like $583, and he paid for it, right? No problem there, right? But when they went out to dinner, first of all, that conversation between Branwyn's daughter, Arian, and Chaz, it was awkward AF. And then one of her friends called, so she answered it on her Apple Watch, right? And she was talking to the friend, And, you know, she was like, you know, I'm with my daughter and, you know, Chaz. Oh, and he said, oh, you got married today. Oh, I got married today. I'm like, was that called for, Chaz? That she got married today? Was that really called for, dude? Like, that just gives me hella insecurities. Like, it just gives me hella insecure vibes, but, you know, it is what it is. So, then she told the guy she loves him, right? I don't see why Chaz got so in his feelings about that, because you would have thought that she said, oh, I love you, baby. I can't wait to see you tonight and have sex with you, right? All she said was, I love you. I mean, I said it to my friend. I said it to my best, you know, me and my best friend. I love my best friend. I tell you guys that all the time. I have no problem saying I love my bestie. That's my sis. That is my sister. And we've been friends for almost 17 years at this point, right? Like, I have no problems. And we've said it. We say it to each other, right? Like, when my mom died, you know, we had a conversation via text message. I know how my best friend is. She doesn't do funerals, right? And I didn't expect for her to come. She said she was going to come, but I knew she wasn't because I know how she is. And I wasn't going to ask her to come to the funeral. I said, if you want to come, that's on you. If you want to come, come. Like, I know you love me and my mom. And she says, I do. She said, and that's what she said. She's like, you know, I loved your mama, right? And I'm like, I know. And she's like, I love you too. I'm like, I know. And that's just what we say. We love each other. It's like, I mean, when you're friends with someone and you're friends with someone for years, 13, 15, like, you love your friends. Oh my God, he's gonna turn his bike on. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Like my friend, like I have another friend, my friend that I've been friends with her. Her name is Precious. We've been friends for 16. We've been friends since 2016, and we say, and, you know, she's telling me I loved you, and I've said it back to her. Like, I have no problem with saying I love you to my friends. If I, like, that's a relationship, right? So I just didn't understand him in that instance, why he seemed like he was so jealous. Now, what I did have a problem with was the fact that, bruh, how much was that dinner? That dinner couldn't have been more than $40 or $50. And your card declined. Now, when her daughter put out that cash, I'm like, so you just, you know what, never mind. She ended up paying for the dinner, right? But that's it, you guys. We're going to move forward, and I think I got 2 more couples to talk about. I think we got 2 more. Yep, we do. So let's go ahead and talk about Lacey and Antoine, right? He about to move. Hopefully it's not like super duper loud when he pulls out. Bro, you ain't got to back up that far. Okay, now we're back. So yeah, Lacey and Antoine, you guys. So you guys remember that Lacey wanted Antoine to meet her sister, right? So he's meeting her sister, and I had a huge issue with this scene. This scene irritated me to no point. Like, I was irritated with both Lacey and her sister, because it was like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, it felt like they were ganging up on Antoine to me. So Lacey is talking about how ungrateful Antoine is now that he's out of prison. I'm like, lady, this man just got out of prison. How is he ungrateful? And then the way Lacey was talking is like, girl, you would think that this man got out of jail and already had a job lined. The way that Lacey is talking, you would think that this is somebody that just graduated college and has a job lined up, right? He got out of prison. He's a felon. What do you expect for this man to fucking do? Fresh out of prison. What you expect for him to do? Lacey annoys me. Lacey annoys me, right? So then he does come, right? He got a face tattoo. Lacey hates the face tattoo, talking about, you know, that's going to limit his chances of getting a good job. Girl, that felony is going to limit his chances of getting a good job. That felony. Girl, that face tattoo is the least of his worries. That felony. Because when he goes in he got to put in that he's a felon. That is what's going to prohibit him from getting a good job. That felony. That face tattoo is the least of your concern or worries about with the job. It is what, we're going to repeat it one more time, and I'm going to say it slower. The felony. The felony. The felony. That's going to follow. They're going to see the felony before he even comes in. That's going to be the first, on the application, they ask you, do you have any felonies? And when he says yes, they're going to be like, no. Some companies might say yes. But more times they're going to see that damn felony before they see his damn face. And when they see his face, they're going to be surprised, because they're going to be like, well, I kind of picked him to be, I kind of picked that for him with, I kind of picked him to have tattoos since he has a felony, right? So I didn't understand her and her logic. Like I said, you would think that this man is fresh out of college, and baby, I don't think you're gonna be able to squeeze into that parking space. I don't necessarily know if you're gonna be able to squeeze. You're not gonna squeeze. I could have told you that. You're in a 4Runner trying to squeeze in between a Nissan Versa and a Toyota Corolla. Girl, okay, whatever. Okay. But yeah, I don't know what she was thinking, right? But then, like I said, when he got there, it just felt like they were ganging up on him. The sister and her, it just felt like they were ganging up on him, and I just really didn't appreciate that. And then for the sister to ask him what is his plans 5 years down the road. Lady, this man just got out of prison. He is basically trying to take it one day at a time, but then here you come badgering him and grilling him. And then you talking about, don't do my sister this way and don't do my sister that way. Ma'am, he just got out of jail. He has no job. He has no car. What y'all want this man to do? Like, I don't know what y'all want this man to do. I don't know what they want to do. And Lacey was upset about the face tattoo, talking about you spent your money on this ugly shit. Well, bitch, it was his money to spend, not yours. Didn't you tell us he got a stimulus check? So that was his money from his stimulus check. If he paid for it, that was his money. That was his money, not yours. So then Antoine went to go see his mama, and man, when I tell you this scene with his mama, oh God, it just gave me incestuous vibes. Ugh. It just gave incest. So he tells her about the dinner, right? So then he asks her, she's still drinking. She said no, she's not drinking, and this is a serious matter. I feel bad for her. Like, I have a cousin. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. I got two. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but suffice it to say, she got cirrhosis of the liver, and she's at stage 4. So she got to stop drinking for at least 6 months before they can put her on a transplant list. I'm like, put you on the transplant list? Damn. If you know anything about transplant list, lady, that ain't a guarantee. They can put you on a transplant list today, and you could die. I'm not trying to be morbid or anything, but you could literally die before you even get the transplant. Because that's what happens in most cases, right, you guys? Because most people are not lucky enough to get a transplant. And the people who are lucky... Now, with the liver, can you get a liver from a family member? I think you can. I know you can get a kidney from a family member. But that's neither here nor there. But she said he don't believe that she can stop drinking. Hell, I don't either. Because looking at her, it looked like she was drunk right in that scene. But he said, she told him about the last meetup with Lacey. He feels that she and Lacey need to sit down and have a conversation. If your mama show up sober, that'll be a good seat. Might be good for her to apologize. But you know what? I don't even think you're not going to fit. Well, maybe you might. Nah, you ain't gonna fit either. This is too narrow of a spot because that bike was sitting there. Yeah, no car's gonna fit in between the spot because of that bike. Because the bike didn't take up that much space. So yeah, no one's gonna fit in this parking space. So yeah, let's move forward, you guys, and wrap up the episode. I am so sorry about all these distractions, you guys. I am so sorry about that. But I think sometimes y'all like the distractions with me. because y'all be laughing at me. Y'all be talking about how y'all cracking up in the comment section. So sometimes I think y'all like the distractions. But hey, let's wrap up the episode with Indy and Harry, you guys. So we see that Yolanda has popped up, and I was like, okay, there go my good sis Yolanda, right? Y'all know I like Yolanda, but in this scene, I gotta call out Yolanda because I didn't agree with some of the things that Yolanda was saying. One thing in particular, and we'll talk about that in just a minute, right? So she tells, she's talking to Indy. Indy's telling her that Harry hasn't been there. She's like, where's he been there? She says, I don't know. So then Yolanda had, Indy call Harry, right? So she called Harry up on FaceTime. She talked to Harry, and then, she told Harry she's going to pull up on him, right? So her mama basically told her, Harry's obviously moved on, so you need to move on. That I agree with. Harry has moved on, so Indy, move your ass on too, right? So then, you remember I told you, Yolanda wanted her to call Harry so that she can pull up on him, right? That was Indy. But Yolanda was like this, and she turned around and took the hood off. He was like, oh shit. So they went for a ride. Now, here's where I didn't agree with Yolanda, right? So Yolanda was talking to when Yolanda was talking about the fact that Harry talked Indy into coming down to Ohio. That really wasn't Harry that talked Indy into coming down to Ohio. You must remember that psychic Aniris is the one that told Indy she should go to Ohio, and I still don't understand why Indy would listen to a damn psychic. Again, that is no shade to psychics, and that is no shade to anybody who believes in a psychic, right? I just didn't understand why a grown woman with a functioning brain would do something so stupid. I didn't understand that. I really didn't. Did anybody notice the fact that Yolanda had them handcuffs? So she had her handcuffs. She pulled them out when she was with Indy, right? But did anybody notice the fact that she had them handcuffs on the seat? She had them handcuffs like on the seat. So she got straight to it. She asked him she said who was Turi, not Terry, Turi. But she said something that as much as I didn't agree with her saying that he is the reason that Indy came down there, she did say that Indy and Turi are stupid for dealing with him, and then that one I do agree with. But if you want to talk to anybody about telling Indy to go, and even I can't even say Aniris told Indy to go to Ohio, because once again Indy is a grown ass woman, and she went of her own mind. I still don't understand why she went, but hey, nonetheless, Indy went to Ohio. Dumb move, but she went. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Please leave your comments down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember, you guys, wear a mask. Despite what they saying, y'all, please wear a mask. Please. Be safe. Social distance, you guys. Let's keep up with the soul. Let's keep that up. I don't like people to get nowhere near me. But hey, like I said, wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'm going to see you guys later on. So yeah, you guys, I told you guys earlier in the review that I did watch Ready to Love. I did watch Ready to Love last night, right? That reunion, it wasn't all that to me, but I didn't take any notes on it. I just tweeted about it, but I will be, I got you guys. I'll do the review, so you guys will see. Like I said, you guys might see it tonight, or you guys could see it as early as tomorrow morning. I don't 100% know when you will see it, but you guys definitely will see it. But I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.